Make this holiday season one to remember with Goldbelly, your one-stop shop for America's most iconic foods shipped nationwide. From the original turducken to the viral pie Kagan with decadent layers of Kagan pie, Goldbelly has everything to wow your guests with the click of a button. And with Black Friday around the corner, it's the perfect time to pre-order unique gifts that ship right to their door. Use promo code GIFT for 20% off your first order on goldbelly.com. The holidays have never been easier.
This is Optimal Work Daily, the 10 Keys to Selling Anything, Part 2, by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. C. Learn the entire history of your client. You need to love your client. Love all of their products. Infuse yourself with knowledge of their product. I wanted to work at HBO because I loved all of their shows, and I studied their history back to the 70s before I applied for a job there in the 90s. D. Give extra features. Do the first project cheap, and whatever was in the spec, add at least 2 new cool features. This blows away the client. Don't forget, the client is a human, not a company. That human has a boss, and they want to look good in front of their boss. If you give them a way to get promoted, then they will love you and always hire you back. The easiest sale is worth a current customer, always. E. Give away the kitchen sink. One of my biggest investors in my fund of hedge funds had just been ripped off in a Ponzi scheme. They almost went out of business. I introduced them to reporters at every newspaper to help them get the word out about the Ponzi scheme. They were infinitely grateful and even put more money in my fund. Whenever the main guy was depressed about what had happened, I would talk to him for an hour trying to cheer him up. I wasn't just an investment for him, but a PR person and a therapist. Go the extra mile. F. Recommend your competition. Think about it this way. What are 2 of the most popular sites on the internet? Yahoo and Google. What do? They just link to their competition, other websites. If you become a reliable source, then everyone comes back to you. Then your knowledge has value, and they can only get that by having access to you. They get access by buying your product or services. G. Idea machine. There's that phrase, always be closing. The way that's true is if you are always putting yourself in the shoes of your client and thinking of ways that can help them. When I sold stockpicker.com to thestreet.com, the superficial reason was that they wanted the traffic, community, and ads my site generated. The real reason was that they needed help coming up with ideas for their company. I was always generating new ideas and talking to them about it. Often the real reason someone buys from you is not for your product, but for you. H. Show up. When I wanted to manage some of Victor Niederhoffer's money, I read all his favorite books. I wrote articles for him. At the drop of a dime, I would show up for dinner wherever and whenever he asked me to. If he needed a study done that required some programming beyond what he or his staff was capable of doing, I would offer to do it and would do it fast. Nobody was paying me, but ultimately he put money with me at ridiculously low fees, but I did not negotiate, which I was able to leverage into raising money from others. Plus, I really liked him. I thought he was an amazing person. I. Knowledge. When I was building a trading business, I must have read over 200 books on trading and talked to another 200 traders. No style of trading was off limits. This helped me in not only building a trading business, but building a fund of hedge funds and ultimately building stockpicker.com. I knew more about trading and the top investors out there than anyone else in the world, I felt. Creating value was almost an afterthought. When I was building websites, I knew everything about programming for the web. There was nothing I couldn't do. And the competition, usually run by businessmen and not programmers, knew that about me and knew that I would always come in cheaper than them. And J. Love it. You can only make money doing what you love. If you work a 9-to-5 job that you hate, then you're on a leash and you'll only make enough to get by and you won't be happy. If you love something, you'll get the knowledge, you'll get the contacts, you'll build the site with the features nobody else has, you'll scare the competition, you'll wow the customers. I didn't enjoy writing finance articles. I'd write a finance article for some random finance site and then repost this on jamesaltucher.com. I had 0 traffic. Then I decided to write articles I enjoyed, to get back to my true roots where I loved writing and reading. I also wanted to really explore all my failures, my miseries, my pain, in public. I love being honest and intimate with people. I love building community. I love emailing with readers. That was about a little over a year ago. I decided to make the shift where I was just going to open the kimono at jamesaltucher.com and say everything I wanted to say, and at the same time indulge in my love of writing, art, creativity, and reading. 4 million plus customers later, I'm enjoying more than ever doing what I love. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled The 10 Keys to Selling Anything by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com.
So, when I ask, what is Odoo? What comes to mind? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But some people also say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. I mean, whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, I guess Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it. Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
And I told you a little bit about James in yesterday's episode, a little more about him now. He has founded or co-founded over 20 companies and published 20 books. He's also a contributor to the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal, TechCrunch, and the Huffington Post. He's an entrepreneur, writer, investor, trader, and podcaster. And on his podcast, The James Altucher Show, you can hear him interview a bunch of talented people, and that podcast is always in the top charts in the business category of Apple Podcasts. But that should do it for today. Hope you enjoyed this post from James, and thanks so much for being here with me every day. That's, of course, how we can keep this show going. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back again with you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.